Player ratings. Look, I don't think Le Mans had much to do today. I'll give him a 7. He made one good save, didn't he? Delo is a 6.5 for me. I thought the first 15 minutes, he was absolutely shocking. Maybe he should have been sent off. He lost Bernardo Silva, and, you know, Bernardo Silva's not good in the air. But he recovered from that with the slide tackle on Doku. And I think for the last hour, he was actually decent. So I'd give him a 6.5. Maguire, for me, was a strong 7. He loves games like that. He doesn't need to worry about pace behind because he's playing on the edge of his box. He doesn't need to worry about people running at him because he's got people close to him. It's basically Ollie. I think Martinez for me was a 7.5. Completely agree. A man of the match contender. I think for him he enjoyed it as well because I think sometimes Martinez when he's on his own can be exploited, but when he's got a lot of players close by, you know, he can be more aggressive, and he was aggressive, and his passing's good, and it was a proper good, strong performance. Luke Shaw, yeah, probably a 6.5 as well, same as Delo. Got the early yellow card, but did reasonably well against Semenyo. And again, I think it suits him when he hasn't got to do a lot of running. Casemiro was a 7.5 as well. Thought he played really well. He really enjoyed that. And again, he's got a lot of protection around him. He doesn't need to worry about people running off him. He doesn't need to worry about, you know, having to sprint back. For that back five, it was a comfortable game. Manu I thought was good, 7. A couple of silly tackles, a couple of, you know, misplaced passes, but in the main, I would say with Manu, if he'd have had a bad game, I wouldn't have been critical, and if he had a good game, you know, I'd have said a good game. Ahmad was a 7.5 for me. The only thing he didn't get was a goal. Constant threat, really worked hard to help out Delo. Really good performance from him. For me, he's one of our best players. He's got to be in the starting lineup. I think he's been really good this season. My man of the match is Bruno, 8.5 for me. At 0-0, we're missing all those chances, and you're like, when's the goal going to happen? And then we get that breakaway, and I just think the weight of pass is just so good. All Mbeumo's got to think about is just hitting it right, and he did, and that's the game changer. Dorgu was fantastic. I gave 8.5 to Bruno. I'll give an 8 to Dorgu. I thought he was brilliant. And you know what? I actually think Dorgu's been good for weeks. I just think he's been in bad teams. We've got to be patient with our young players. Dorgu came in at 20 years of age, having played for a relegation battling Italian side, and gets thrown into the United as a learner driver, right? And we shouldn't be buying learner drivers. We should be buying the finished article. He's then getting called shit. You know, there's people who've said horrific things about him over the last 12 months. And he's a kid. And as I said before, Patrice Evra wasn't even at Monaco at Dorgu's age, and we bought Evra from Monaco. So that's how young he is. Look, Mbeumo for me today was probably a 7.5. I think he could have been better. I think he had a couple of chances where he could have done better, but he took his goal really well. And I quite like him as a striker. Heaven, I didn't even know he came on, so I'll give him a 6. I'll give Garte a 6. Cunha, wow, 7.5. Performance off the bench. Should have had 2 assists. Michael Carrick today, I think it's got to be a strong 8 for Carrick. I agree with that, 7.9.